Up here to replace this crankcase heater and this compressor that we replaced last week. Had ordered the replacement heater for it. It finally came in. But while we was changing that compressor out, we noticed that this unit down here had a condenser fan motor out in the center. And I didn't get a chance to check it out then. But now that the part for the crankcase heater for that compressor has come in, I'm going to check this motor out. Pull a capacitor on it and it's reading 0 on the capacitor, and this condensing unit had overheated and was not running. So I pulled a capacitor on it, checked the capacitor on it, and it is definitely reading extremely high. So I'm going to try to replace these capacitors, see if the motors start up. If not, I did bring a motor with me to change out. But one of the things I wanted to point out is that we could see that we had at one time up here on the roof, we had a member from the Lazy Bastard HVAC organization come up and replace this condenser fan motor. This one right here. This motor is an OEM, the same as this motor. It's got the same mechanical connection. This flex conduit goes into that connector, and that way all your wire is encased and not exposed. This is what happens when you get someone from the Lazy Bastard HVAC organization. And you can always spot these people, business owners, because they're the ones that like to use the phrases, looks good for my house and can't see it from my living room. You know you got a problem if you got one of those members in your outfit. You might want to start following up behind them. But I don't know who installed this motor. I'm pretty sure we didn't, but if we did, I'm not too happy about it. But this motor's been here for a while. It's aged, so I don't believe that we put this in. But when we do put motors in, especially when we take the time to get the OEM part, we better be hooking it back up like this, because I got technicians that come in wanting top dollar pay, and I expect to get this kind of work for that pay, not this kind of work. I have an issue with this kind of work. But anyway, we're going to get these capacitors changed out, see if our condenser fan motors start up, and go from there. Okay, guess we're going to turn it on and see if we get fans running. My breakers turned back on. Here we go. Found today, but did not work on the one found last week. So looks like we're going to be replacing this motor. Strip screws here. problem. That's going to be a problem. Alright, I ran into some problems. The bolts pulled through because the screws were spinning, or the nuts were spinning on the back side. So I'm going to have to redo the guard. And then the set screw on the fan blade, I got one loose and the other one's not going to budge. So I'm going to have to go back to the shop. Well, there it is. It was a pain in the butt, but had to cut off all the bolts, everything, got it all hooked up. Had to modify my capacitor bracket because it, with the guard, it just wouldn't mount properly, so I had to put another strap on there, hold it in place. And got to get over here and fix these holes. I got an idea how to do that. We just run some bolts backwards through there, nut it, lock it down in place, and then put the guard on and washers and nuts, and it's just like it was meant to be. So we'll get started. Okay, so I'm going to pull one of these wires out of this flexible conduit. I'm going to leave the other one in there. That's what I'm going to use to help pull these wires, these new wires down in there without having to shove them in there, get them hung up on the flex part of the conduit there. And just tape together here and make it happen. It's not all that hard. I would imagine probably a lot of these hack jobs is just people just don't know how to work around the problem. Or nobody's ever taught them. In a lot of cases, somebody's tried to teach them, they just didn't want to learn it. That would require them to give their membership up at the, the Lazy Bastards HVAC. There, now that looked nice. Like a professional was up here doing it. Service manager called me, give me an update on what's going on, where everybody's at. Look at there, nothing to it, and it even looks nice. All my wires stuck back up in there. My little clip back up there. flip everything on. Here we go. Tell me that doing it the way I did it is any harder to justify doing it that way. It's just as easy to do it the correct way as it is to just throw it in there and be gone. It definitely looks a lot better than that. I don't understand why people pack stuff in and take shortcuts. One, you're not doing the customer any good. You're supposed to be maintaining their equipment, not hacking it up like that. And that's a lot of exposed wires. All that heat is going across all that. It's eventually going to break that stuff down and cause a short. You know, we're committed to doing things right. Hopefully, and we should be, turning out work like